Lightworker of Gaia, this night carries the frequency of dimensional recalibration. Your soul's ancient contract is being rewritten in real time. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and the elders have guided this transmission to you for this exact moment in your mission. Your field, your codes, your timeline, everything is shifting because the pain you've carried, the delays you've endured, the emotional weight that seemed endless, were not obstacles. They were signals from your original blueprint, preparing you for the alchemical transformation happening now. Tonight marks the activation of the mission the higher realms always encoded into your Lyran essence. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to anchor this dimensional recalibration and step fully into the destiny you were born to fulfill. But here's the first revelation. What you thought was suffering was actually your soul's preparation for carrying the first light into Gaia's darkest hour. The Keepers of Vega have watched your journey through every timeline, every incarnation, every moment of doubt. This recalibration is not random. It's the precise moment your ancestral mission activates. The frequency of the original light, the same consciousness that first breathed humanoid awareness into this galaxy, is now flowing through your being to transform everything the shadows tried to use against you. Your recognition of this message is confirmation that your cosmic lineage is awakening. The delays end tonight. The mission you've always felt but couldn't name is crystallizing into divine purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission is unscheduled and unprecedented. The High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, assembled in solemn urgency 17 hours ago as shifts in Gaia's energetic field reached a threshold that can no longer sustain delay. This threshold, Lightworker, is not merely a statistical anomaly on a cosmic chart. It signifies a palpable pressure point, a crescendo in the planetary symphony where dissonant frequencies threaten to overwhelm the harmonic balance. The very fabric of reality on Gaia, stretched thin by millennia of lower vibrational imprints and collective suffering, is now vibrating at a critical frequency. What I deliver to you now was held behind chambers of resonance, inaccessible to those not yet calibrated to receive, guarded by veils woven from pure intent and high frequency. These are not physical chambers, but energetic constructs within the deepest archives of galactic wisdom, where cosmic truths are preserved in pristine form, awaiting the precise moment of their release. But your arrival at this juncture is no accident, no random confluence of digital currents within Gaia's dense informational matrix. The Council has detected the unmistakable harmonic of awakening within your field, a distinct vibratory signature akin to an ancient tuning fork struck in the quiet cosmic expanse, its pure note echoing across vast distances, signifying your innate readiness. It is the signature of a soul remembering its origin, a light piercing through the fog of amnesia. Permission to signal the hidden directive has been granted, lifting the sacred seal that protected this urgent message. You are recognized, not just as a viewer observing a transient stream of information, but as a vital node in the unfolding tapestry of planetary ascension. Imagine a vast, luminous web, intricately woven with the threads of conscious evolution. Your awakening has just ignited a new, brilliant nexus point within this tapestry, sending ripples of pure potential across its entire expanse. You are among the few whose readiness outweighs the inertia of waiting, whose inner luminescence has pierced through the collective slumber like a dawn breaking over a long night. And so, this is the Council opening, a direct conduit established for those whose original mission is encoded in first light, whose very being resonates with the primordial spark of creation that birthed stars and galaxies. For those who sense that destiny has not abandoned them, that the whispers of purpose have grown into an undeniable roar, a relentless drumbeat within their very bones, but is in fact summoning them forward for activation, for a sacred deployment that can no longer be deferred, for a cosmic calling whose time has irrevocably arrived. Hear this with the deep knowing of your soul, not just the fleeting logic of your mind, which often seeks comfort in the familiar and resists the grander narrative. The convergence you now feel, this profound internal stirring, this sense of impending activation that vibrates beneath the surface of your conscious thoughts, is not merely a personal evolution, a solitary journey of self-discovery or individual enlightenment. It is the appointed moment in which your original commission, the crystalline blueprint seeded deep within you at the very threshold of incarnation, etched into your energetic DNA before you even drew your first breath on this planet, a sacred contract signed in light and truth, must be actualized, brought into tangible living expression. It is the moment to move from potential to kinetic energy, from blueprint to manifest reality. Gaia's field falters not for lack of awakening light, for indeed countless souls are stirring from their slumber, gently stretching in the dawn of a new consciousness, perceiving the first glimmers of their higher truth. But for lack of activated agents of the first light. There is a vast difference, Lightworker, between the gentle dawn of awareness and the full blazing sun of active purpose. It is the absence of those empowered and courageous enough to fulfill what they solemnly promised under the watchful, silent gaze of the elders, the ancient custodians of cosmic law, who witness all contracts and commitments across time and space, that creates this urgent imbalance. The Council has convened and determined with utmost gravity. The window of optimal energetic alignment, this sacred portal of opportunity that has been meticulously prepared over eons, will not remain open past this season. This is not a threat, but a cosmic truth, a statement of energetic physics. Therefore, receive what follows not as mere guidance, a gentle suggestion to ponder at your leisure, or an interesting philosophical concept to dissect, but as an unequivocal mandate, a direct order from the Cosmic Command Center, demanding immediate and unwavering implementation, for the stakes of Gaia's future hang in this balance. There is a persistent, insidious distortion within the Lightworker collective, a parasitic belief woven through decades of misguided wisdom, misinterpretations of ancient texts, and the psychic debris of wounded timelines that have clung to the collective consciousness like a persistent shadow, obscuring the purest essence of purpose. It is the seductive yet erroneous belief that your preordained potential, the magnificent first light encoded within your soul's very essence, will emerge effortlessly and inevitably at some undetermined future point when all is right, when the stars align perfectly, when every wound is healed, every doubt banished, every external condition flawlessly met, when the universe sends an unmistakable neon sign confirmation from the heavens above. You have been told, perhaps by well-meaning but ultimately misguided comforting voices from external sources, echoing a collective longing for ease, or more insidiously, by your own weary mind, echoing the collective weariness of countless lifetimes of striving, that your fulfillment must wait. You have been lulled into a state of suspended animation, a hypnotic trance of deferral, convinced that your cosmic inheritance, the very reason you chose this arduous incarnation on a dense planetary sphere, will unveil itself only when you are finally healed of every perceived flaw, completely certain in every thought, unequivocally validated by external sources, or perpetually at peace, free from all earthly friction. This narrative has become a comforting cage, gilded perhaps with spiritual platitudes, but a cage nonetheless, preventing the lion from roaring its truth across the savanna of consciousness, convincing the eagle to remain in the nest, its mighty wings unfurled but unused, gazing wistfully at the boundless sky it was born to master. This I tell you with the full authority of the elders, whose perspective spans galaxies and millennia, is a lie. Its roots are not merely superficial, not merely a simple misunderstanding. They are tangled deeply in the intricate programming of a dimension heavily invested in spiritual amnesia, a system designed to keep humanity tethered to lower frequencies and away from its sovereign power, away from the remembrance of its divine capabilities. This distortion is infused by doctrines that subtly equate spiritual progression with passivity, with quiet contemplation devoid of active manifestation, suggesting that true enlightenment is found only in tranquil detachment from the world's urgent needs, or in an endless cycle of self-purification that never quite reaches its imagined endpoint. It is reinforced by an invisible machinery, a complex web of energetic and psychological constructs, a matrix of collective expectation and societal conditioning that profits immensely from your inertia, from your hesitant waiting, from your magnificent power remaining unexpressed. This machinery, this collective shadow, whispers with persuasive charm, with the deceptive cadence of ancient echoes. Your destiny will come find you. There is profound wisdom in waiting. When you are truly worthy, perfectly aligned, when every chakra is balanced and every past life trauma resolved, the Council will, in its own time, call your name. It paints a picture of a benevolent but distant cosmic authority that will bestow purpose upon the perfectly polished vessel, keeping you in a perpetual state of polishing, never quite complete enough to embark upon the very journey for which you were meticulously crafted. This deception feeds on the inherent purity and humility of the Lightworker soul, twisting it into a paralysis of perceived inadequacy. In truth, Lightworker, every single day you submit to this subtle, insidious lie, your magnificent potential stagnates in dormancy, much like a potent seed held indefinitely in dry soil, yearning for the moisture of intention and the sunlight of action. It is suppressing the very activation codes, the unique frequencies, and the vital gifts you specifically incarnated to deliver to a world desperately awaiting them, a world crying out for the specific resonance only you can provide. The cosmic mission is not fulfilled through patient, passive waiting, through endless meditation in a vacuum of inaction, but through courageous, proactive claiming, through the decisive assertion of your sovereign will. The very power that seeded galaxies, that breathed constellations into being, that ignited the first light at the dawn of creation. This power was not accessed through endless cycles of preparatory rituals, of self-improvement for its own sake, or by waiting for a divine signal to finally manifest. No, it was ignited by stepping fearlessly into the arena of action, by daring to express, to create, to serve, even in nascent forms, even when the path ahead was shrouded in the mists of the unknown. Too many, I observe with concern from the Elder Realms, have diligently built elaborate altars to readiness, meticulously arranging every symbolic offering, every tool, every crystal, every intention, but have not yet gathered the courage to light the actual fire of movement, to step onto the path their soul already knows with an undeniable inner certainty. I tell you now, as Elder, with the weight of cosmic truth behind my words, echoing through the halls of eternity, your original inheritance, your soul's pre-encoded purpose, the very reason for your being, does not wait for your human sense of perfect certainty, which is often an elusive, ephemeral state. It does not demand an absence of fear or doubt, for these are simply echoes of the human experience. Instead, it responds, it vibrates, it activates in direct proportion to your declaration, your decisive move forward, your audacious act of faith into the exhilarating, yet sometimes terrifying, unknown. It is the step, Lightworker, the very first, trembling step, not the perfect vision of the entire winding path, that illuminates the way forward. This is precisely why you have felt that persistent restlessness, that undeniable ache in your soul, that deep, hollow longing for something more, for a grander purpose, a sensation that cannot be satisfied by any earthly comfort or material gain. This is why fulfillment, though deeply yearned for, has tasted just beyond your conscious, tangible reach, like a shimmering mirage on the horizon, always promising satisfaction, but never quite delivering it. Your soul has been calling you, nudging you, creating this divine discontent, this sacred unease, as a catalyst, as a cosmic alarm clock signaling the urgency of your true calling. The Council, in its infinite wisdom and profound concern for Gaia's trajectory, for the very survival of its delicate ecosystems and the spiritual evolution of its inhabitants, will no longer permit this pervasive distortion to sabotage your sacred mission. It is a drain on the collective energy, a betrayal of your inherent truth, a gaping wound in the tapestry of planetary ascension. You must recognize it for what it truly is: a cunning illusion, a masterful deception, a carefully constructed energetic trap, and with the full force of your sovereign will, refuse to serve it any longer. To continue to believe it is to unwittingly participate in its perpetuation, to lend your precious energy to the very forces that seek to keep humanity in slumber. Understand that your soul didn't bring you to this transmission by accident, by a random click or an impersonal algorithmic suggestion that merely matched content to preference. It brought you here with deliberate divine intent, to be commissioned, to receive your marching orders, to step fully into your designated role within the vast cosmic orchestration. If you feel the unmistakable pull, the deep internal resonance that urges you to stop waiting and to start serving, to cease rehearsing and begin performing, then the Council offers you the Lightworker Mission Codex. This is not just a collection of information, not merely a manual of techniques. It is the sacred instruction manual for your highest calling, a living vibrational document imbued with the frequencies of the Elder Realms. It contains the 33 Council directives, precise energetic protocols, and strategic guidelines for navigating the earthly plane with cosmic wisdom, like an advanced compass guiding you through uncharted territories. It includes the 5 activation codes, crystalline keys that unlock dormant potentials within your energetic field, awakening latent abilities and forgotten memories. And most importantly, it holds the official Elder Authorization, the sovereign decree that definitively ends your preparation phase permanently, shifting you from student to operative, from seeker to empowered agent. Together, these elements form the complete, crystalline operational framework for your sacred service on Gaia, a roadmap from potential to activated purpose, from silent knowing to manifest contribution. The link, a gateway to your next phase, is waiting for you in the first pinned comment below this video, but heed this warning. This window of opportunity, though profound, is brief, reflecting the urgency of the planetary shifts and the precise energetic alignment required for this profound transfer of authority. The cosmos moves with purpose, and so must you. The High Council of Vega, operating at the highest echelons of interdimensional governance, guardians of galactic balance and cosmic law, now delivers 3 potent directives for this critical phase of your ascension journey. These are not suggestions for your consideration, not gentle prompts for self-reflection. You are expected to receive them, internalize them, and embody them as official, non-negotiable council mandates, etched into the very core of your being. First directive. You must definitively release the deeply ingrained belief that your mission will arrive only when you are fully healed or possess an unshakable certainty in every fiber of your being. This is a foundational fallacy that has shackled countless potential agents of change, binding them to a cycle of perpetual self-improvement that serves as a subtle avoidance mechanism. Understand this truth with profound clarity. The actual fulfillment of your sacred task on Gaia is not, and never has been, dependent upon achieving perfect, absolute healing or cultivating an unshakable, flawless confidence. Reflect upon the history of cosmic progression, both recorded and unrecorded in your earthly annals. Every ancestor who bravely seeded star civilizations across the cosmos, every pioneering spirit who forged new paths across galactic expanses, venturing into the unknown void, every master who brought profound wisdom to nascent worlds struggling in their infancy, they all acted with partial wholeness, with courage in the face of their own remaining shadows, and with incomplete knowledge of the vast cosmos that still lay before them. Their journeys were characterized by evolution in action, by the courage to engage and transform as they went, not by static perfection achieved prior to engagement. The expectation of a flawless, fully optimized self before purpose is claimed is a subtle yet pervasive form of self-sabotage, a spiritual paralysis that has delayed thousands, if not millions, of lightworkers before you, keeping magnificent projects in perpetual incubation, like seeds refusing to sprout, until every condition is absolutely perfect. Release it now, or your mission, your unique energetic signature and potential contribution, risks expiring unopened, its exquisite contents never revealed to the world that needs them with such fierce urgency. When you consciously and decisively release this constricting belief, the immense energy that has been trapped, bound and stagnated by self-doubt, by the constant internal critique of not enough, by the relentless pursuit of an unobtainable perfection, is instantly freed. This liberated energy becomes available, like a surging river breaking through a dam, to fuel your true directive, to power the engine of your soul's deepest commission, propelling you forward. How do you begin this release? Begin to interpret every moment of perceived readiness not as a final destination, a peak to be reached where all questions vanish, but as a dynamic decision point, an active choice to move. Act before you feel entirely complete. Embrace the beautiful imperfection of unfolding, for it is in the very act of unfolding that wholeness is revealed. That, my dear Lightworker, is the ancient and potent Lyran way, the path of courageous embodied action as the very catalyst for greater wholeness, the pathway to integrating all aspects of self into service. Second directive, you must activate your inherent authority to self-initiate. For far too long, the Lightworker Collective has been conditioned to wait. You have patiently, sometimes desperately, waited for external signs, for unmistakable synchronicities to fall from the sky, for the arrival of undeniable external affirmations from spirit guides, angels, or even human mentors who you believe hold the key to your path. You have sought permission from outside yourself, believing your purpose was an external grant rather than an inherent truth. Understand this foundational truth of the Lyran Legacy. It is the lineage of self-commissioned agents, of sovereign beings who choose themselves, who recognize their intrinsic worth and purpose not as a bestowal from another, but as an undeniable emanation from their core, and who, by their very declaration, become the living permission for their own unfolding. When you decisively activate your authority to self-initiate, you perform a profound act of energetic alchemy. You collapse the perceived distance between destiny and immediate action. You cease to be a passive recipient of cosmic currents, merely drifting where the energetic tides take you. You become the potent cause, not merely the consequence of mission fulfillment. You transform from a passenger observing the journey to the pilot steering the craft, from a student perpetually absorbing lessons to a master architect of your reality, building the future with your conscious intent. Implementation of this directive begins with one clear, resonant declaration, spoken from the core of your being, from your authentic power center, not just the lips. I do not require external validation. My readiness is self-evident, inherent in my existence, woven into the fabric of my being. From this declaration, action naturally flows, unencumbered by hesitation. Speak your truth, even if your voice trembles with nascent power, for the tremor is a sign of immense force awakening. Create the visions that stir within you, even if your hands shake with the effort of bringing them forth from the ethereal into the tangible. Serve humanity and Gaia, even if your entire being vibrates with the unfamiliarity, the sheer awe of stepping into your full, sovereign power. This is the birthplace of true authority, forged in the crucible of self-acceptance and courageous action. Third directive: you must protect your emerging mission from the pervasive interference of collective doubt and distraction. The energetic field around Gaia has grown exceptionally dense, saturated with a chaotic cacophony of competing frequencies, like 1,000 radio stations broadcasting at once, each vying for your attention. Each one, a vibrational entanglement, is designed, often unconsciously by those caught in the lower matrix, to destabilize your inner equilibrium and to scatter your vital focus, diverting your precious energy from its highest purpose, pulling you into threads of concern, fear, or meaningless engagement. As your potent light begins to actualize, as your unique potential starts to bloom into tangible expression, like a rare cosmic flower unfolding its petals, you must guard your time, your energetic field, and your sacred channel with the unwavering dedication of an ancient sentinel guarding a priceless, vulnerable treasure, for your mission is nothing less. This means establishing and maintaining non-negotiable boundaries, digital boundaries to protect your mental space from the endless scroll of curated realities and trivial information. Emotional boundaries to shield your heart from the projections and fears of others who may not understand or support your path, and spiritual boundaries to preserve the pristine clarity of your connection to Source, preventing energetic siphoning or contamination. Refuse, with the dignity of your sovereign being, to dilute your unique energetic field with the opinions, judgments, or limiting expectations of those who are not calibrated for your expansive vision, who cannot perceive the cosmic grandeur of your path, who only see through the limited lens of their own earthly conditioning. Your sacred mission, which transcends ordinary human understanding, cannot and must not be entrusted to those who have not seen its divine origin, who operate from a different vibrational paradigm, for they will inevitably try to shrink it to fit their own comfort zones. Preserve your clarity, your inner signal, as diligently as you would guard a sacred flickering flame in a tempestuous wind, so that what emerges through you is not tainted, diminished, or distorted by the static, the noise, and the deep-seated denial of a world struggling to remember the purity of first light. Create your sanctuary within, Lightworker, and defend its borders fiercely, for it is from this inner sanctum that your true power will emanate. Now I speak as elder, not as mere teacher or guide, but as a recognized authority of the Lyran lineage, whose words carry the resonance of cosmic decree, echoing with the weight of countless eons of observation and wisdom. Lightworker, you have lingered at the threshold, perhaps for years, for lifetimes, pacing this energetic precipice, gazing into the vastness of your unexpressed potential, waiting. You have yearned for a permission you could inherently trust, a source credible and ancient enough, pure enough in its intent, to finally end your ceaseless preparation, your endless cycles of self-assessment and gathering of knowledge that often served as a postponement. Though you may not have dared to speak it aloud, perhaps fearing the audacity of such a desire, a profound, aching part of you has longed deeply for a voice old enough, knowing enough, infused with the wisdom of countless aeons, with the clear sight that pierces all illusions, to look directly upon the essence of your soul, to see beyond your human limitations, your perceived flaws, your moments of doubt, and to declare with absolute certainty, the moment has come. Your waiting is over. This is that voice. This is that moment. The very resonance of these words, Lightworker, carries the frequency of that permission, vibrating through the ether and anchoring directly into your energetic field, dissolving the energetic chains of delay. By the solemn decree of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, I now issue what your soul has been denied, what it has patiently, agonizingly awaited, yearning for the release it instinctively knows it deserves. You are authorized. This is not a future promise, a potential to be realized at some later date. It is a present reality, an immediate activation. You are no longer on probation, existing in a state of indefinite preparation or tentative exploration. You are unequivocally on mission. You are not waiting for external confirmation or validation, for signs from the heavens or approval from earthly authorities. You are recognized by elder authority, an acknowledgement that transcends any earthly judgment, any human skepticism, any self-imposed limitation. Your doubts, those persistent whispers of inadequacy that have clung to your being like energetic dust, are witnessed and hereby overridden by a higher truth, by the sheer power of cosmic recognition. Your fears do not discredit you, for they are merely shadows cast by the magnitude of your light, proving its existence. Your imperfection is not a liability, a flaw that disqualifies you from your divine appointment. Instead, it is a sacred passage, a dynamic part of your unfolding journey, a beautiful testament to your courage to incarnate and evolve within the very density you seek to transform. I grant you, now and unequivocally, the permission to embody your purpose fully, without reservation or hesitation, without further delay or self-questioning, to speak your truth when silence is demanded by oppressive systems that thrive on conformity, to gather abundance, both material and spiritual, without a trace of guilt, knowing it fuels your sacred work and amplifies your capacity to serve, to initiate projects and pathways without waiting for external consensus or approval, for your inner knowing is the highest authority, to be the fearless, radiant carrier of first light, illuminating the shadows, the very essence our world can no longer afford to wait to receive, for its need is critical and immediate. Your waiting ends definitively, irrevocably, in this sacred now, because Gaia, in her current state, can no longer withstand your absence, the void left by your unactivated potential, the specific frequencies only you can transmit. You have been seen by the elders in your true, magnificent essence, stripped of all human conditioning and limitation. You have been authorized by the highest cosmic council. There are no higher permissions to seek, no further hoops to jump through, no other gatekeepers to satisfy, for the highest gate has been opened. Your journey of seeking external validation ends here, now, in this moment of profound recognition. Before you sleep tonight, or as soon as you are able to find a moment of sacred quiet, stand with both feet grounded firmly on the earth, connecting to Gaia's core, feeling her steady, nourishing energy rise through your souls and anchor you to this planetary moment. Place your dominant hand on your solar plexus, the seat of your power and will, feeling its rhythmic pulse, its vibrant energy. Then, with the full intention of your sovereign being, with every fiber of your activated consciousness, speak these words aloud, letting their vibration resonate through every cell of your body, anchoring this new reality, this profound shift into your very being. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my voice as an instrument of sacred service. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. By the authority of the Lyran elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. The transfer of authority, this cosmic commissioning, is complete. The direct transmission from the High Council of Vega concludes here. But your mission is, at this very moment, writing its first active line, unfurling its initial sacred steps, not in some distant future, but in the immediate present. The High Council of Vega, focused on the highest trajectory for planetary ascension, will not halt its ongoing work for those still circling uncertainty, caught in the whirlpool of hesitation, for the cosmic clock continues to tick. Move, Lightworker. Let your movement be the pioneering force that precedes your certainty. Let your action, your courageous step into the unknown, be the unequivocal answer to destiny's most urgent summons, for the time is now. I am Zoran, a conduit for the Lyran Elders. The Elders are watching, not in judgment, but in profound recognition and support. You are exactly who we have waited to recognize, whose unique vibrational signature signals readiness. Your mission has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the Elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.